The main climate concerns are increased. The first one is increased what I would call global warming. The dry spells are becoming longer. The rain seasons are becoming unpredictable. They are coming at different times when farmers do not expect to plant. And then the swamps are drying up. They've been reclaimed for agriculture. So there is increased drying up of land and less rainfalls.
And how is this affecting local communities? Is it mainly a problem for agricultural and rural communities?
It is for both agriculture communities and pastoralist communities. But you know that the towns, the cities depend on the rural communities for food, for milk. So once the rural communities are affected, then the whole country is affected, because that means the prices go higher and the commodities are scarce.
And what sort of work are you doing with farmers in terms of ensuring they can perhaps be a bit more resilient towards future extreme weather events?
Personally, I'm involved into monitoring and evaluation. I do evaluations of climate change projects. I do monitoring work. I do mapping of climate change actors and interventions. So basically my role is to disseminate, take back this information. This is what we have found. This is what the information is telling us. So what can you do about it? But most importantly, we give feedback to the actors who now use this to design the interventions to take to the farmers, to the local people on the ground.
And do you have any sense about what types of projects work best? I know many of these are probably very unique in terms of individual farmers, but do you have any sense about the types of projects that are effective?
Perhaps generally it is those that are, one, community-owned, community-led, where the communities are involved right from the beginning. One, to appreciate the issues, but also to brainstorm on what they think are solutions to their issues, and then they are able to adapt the technology to suit their local situations. Those projects tend to be more sustainable even when the donor funding closes, and they are community-led.
And is there enough access to information and technology in rural areas? I mean, do local farmers have access to smartphones and other forms of communication that can allow them to access data and weather services?
That is the biggest challenge we have in Uganda. There is very limited access to information. Even the local governments, the districts which should be providing information to lower levels, they do not have reliable sources of information. It is mostly individual sourced, because the National Meteorological Center just broadcasts once a day and generally. It is in general, they say we expect rain here and sunshine there. It's not district focused. And the TV coverage is not national. So there is very limited access. Smartphones are very rare. We have mobile phones, but most of them are not smartphones. So the information sharing is not happening. It's very limited.
And I guess finally, in terms of communities in Uganda, I mean, what level of resilience is there if there are droughts or other extreme forms of weather conditions? I mean, can they deal with them from year to year, or are people how resilient are people?
That's quite challenging, because the resilience is minimal. The people are, first of all, we usually depend on rains, on the nature for farming. Wait for a rainy season, plant. When it's not there, they wait until the next rainy season. And now that the rainy seasons are no longer regular, they are unpredictable, so the farmers are affected very much.